We welcome you into Unioto High School, Shermans and Pioneers Round 2. About 6 minutes out from tip. Should be a fun way to start off our week.
Yeah, it's a big game in the SVC. Zane Trace won the first matchup 49-46 with a big comeback in the second half. They're down by as much as 9 in the third quarter. Came back to get the big win there. They are 6-0 in the SVC. Only 6-6 overall, but they do hold a one-game lead over Unioto, who is 5-1. They are 8-5 overall.
Yeah, 49-46 in their last meeting. That was back on December 9th. That represented the first win of the season for Zane Trace, starting off 0-2. And as you mentioned, 0-6 outside of the league for the Gary Kello-led Pioneers. And out of those losses, they are to Circleville, Vinton County, Jackson, Loganell, Miami, Trace, and Wheelersburg with a combined record of 55-29. And if you take away the Loganell loss, it's 51-19. So definitely a strong resume of losses outside of the Saddle Valley Conference.
Yeah, and I was going to add that outside of Logan Elm, there's not really a team on that list that's not going to be a pretty high seed in their sectional draw because they're all good teams. But even, with the Logan Elm game, I think that was the first game after Landon Gerald got injured. So they were playing without their junior point guard who's averaging close to 19 points a game. He's back tonight, which is a huge boost for the Pioneers. But I will say they definitely got better during that time when he was away. Noah Houston has really started to step up his game for the Pioneers, a first-year varsity junior. Landon Robinson's been outstanding for the last 2 years. But also you see Ezra Rippeth is another one that's really stepped up his game, another first-year varsity junior. And then Gunnar McCullough, once Carter Langley went down with the injury, Gunnar McCullough's really stepped up his game and has played really well for the Pioneers.
First game back for Landon Gerald. Through his first 4 of the season, averaged a little bit over 18 points. Gets hurt in the Adena game, which me and you can both probably say was on pace to be his best game of the season at that point. What does Coach Kello get back with a guy like Gerald back in the lineup?
Well, you get back a pure scorer, a really smart player. He doesn't have to run the show for him at the point guard, but if you want him to run the show, he can. He can get to the basket. He shoots at a high level. He's over 50% from 3 this year, and I believe it was 17 of 33, something along those lines, to where it is a good amount of shots that he's taken. So you get that back, and plus you get back some players that picked up some confidence in a different role while he's gone too.
And obviously for Zane Trace, no Carter Langley tonight. What do you lose without Carter Langley? And for Zane Trace, who has to step up to fill that spot?
Well, Langley's been really efficient for them. He shoots at a high level. He's a pretty decent rebounder, very good athlete, very smart, good senior. One of the big things that helped them is Cohen Larson, number 31, came back from an injury recently, so that kind of helps a little bit in the toughness and grittiness area that Carter Langley had. For them, they really need number 11, Brock Gerald Sr., to really shoot the ball well tonight. He shot the ball, actually both Geralds here last year shot the ball very well in a buzzer beater win for Zane Trace. I believe they combined for either 7 or 8 threes in that game. So for both of them, if they can get them going from the outside, it'll open some things up. This Zane Trace team is not very big, so Unioto will have a size advantage. With the other night when we were here, when they played Circleville, they were at a size disadvantage. Tonight they've got a little bit of a size advantage. They've got to work to keep KB Perkins off the offensive glass. The last game, Brock Gerald did an outstanding job on Zeke Schoblock, who's been unbelievable as of late. Let's see if he can do that same thing defensively again tonight.
4 straight wins for the Pioneers over Unioto. Last Sherman victory over Zane Trace came right here a little over 2 years ago, December 10th of 2021, a 53-51 overtime win for Unioto. Now the hoops-led Shermans are out to an 8-5 start, 5-1 in the SVC. As you said, a 63-49 win over Circleville in their last one. Now neither team great in the non-conference. In the non-conference, Zane Trace 0-6, Unioto slightly better at 3-4, winning their last one against Circleville. Now, Unioto on a 4-game win streak. That's their longest of the season, and this is the first time they've won consecutive games during this stretch. Every other win has been a win and a loss, a win and a loss. 4 straight for Unioto. Yeah,
they've done outstanding in upping their non-league schedule. So they have a good win over Miami Trace, really test themselves with a really good South Point team, a really good Washington Courthouse team. They did play a Alexander team that is not very good. So besides that, they've really stepped up that non-conference schedule, and it's gotten them better and more prepared for the conference season. I almost said conference tournament.
Yeah, for Fairland Jackson, South Point, and Courthouse, the 4 non-league losses for Unioto, 37-14 combined records. So great resumes outside of the conference for both of these teams.
Yeah, and really this year with the RPI mattering, with the non-league teams that you play, it does matter, and it will help you in your seeding. For Zane Trace right now at only 6-6, they're going to start rolling some wins together, especially with being out of that non-league now. So for them, their number, I think they're seeded 15th right now. Over the next few weeks, it's just going to go up, and a win over Unioto again tonight would even boost it even more and would give them at least a 2-game lead over everyone else in the conference.
A little under 20 seconds to go here before tip. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem.
Everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at GlocknerCDJR@Portsmouth.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at OhioHealth left cancer in the dust.
Whatever.
Starters moments away from being introduced. John, I will say one game that did catch my eye for Zane Trace coming into this one was their last game, a loss, but a 62-57 overtime loss to a really good Wheelersburg team.
And I got to see that Wheelersburg team on Saturday. They are outstanding. They're young. They're not very big. So I think it's kind of a pretty equal size matchup for them. But
when I think a lot of people in Division III right now, after the win over Minford, would say in our coverage area, Wheelersburg kind of leading the charge right now. I'm not sure if you know the RPI ranking of Wheelersburg, but they've got to be among the top 3 or 4.
Minford's still 1 and Wheelersburg's 2. So that's something that, with this week, it could shake up a little bit. Obviously, Minford not playing tonight as, they had a tragedy happen back at their school. So hopefully, things get better for their community quickly. But for Zane Trace, that was a really, really, you don't want to say a good loss, but when you do that without your arguably best player in Landon Gerald, and you're facing one of the top seeds in the Southeast District, nobody's going to want to see this Zane Trace team with Gerald back when it comes tournament time, because they're probably not going to be a top 10 seed. So you're going to have to beat them to get to the convo if you're a higher seed at home, and they're going to be ready to go because they have, like we mentioned in the pregame, really upped their non-conference schedule, and they've actually gotten a lot better throughout the season as well. One score of note from the area is Adina is currently leading Piketon 20-19 halfway through the second quarter down there. And, that's a big game because Adina had been playing really well, got kind of, taken down a slot with that game against Northwest. So this will be a big game for them to get back because they do have 2 more league games this week with Huntington on Thursday and then this Unioto team at home on Saturday.
Starters introduced for both teams for the Pioneers. Landon Gerald, his first game back in over a month. Number 5, Ezra Rippeth. Number 11, Brock Gerald. Number 15, Landon Robinson. And number 24, Gunnar McCullough. For Unioto, number 0, Zeke Schoblock. Number 2, KB Perkins. Number 3, Blake Fitch. Number 5, Newton Hoops. And number 45, Jordan Perkins.
And one good thing is, I'm not going to throw the names out there, but we have one of the better officiating crews in the Southeast District tonight, so that should not be an issue at all. It should be a fun one here tonight.
Shermans and Pioneers, round 2 underway. First possession of the night goes to Zane Trace. Entry pass left side to Robinson, guarded by Schoblock. He'll back it out. Now brings it near side. Gerald finds Landon Gerald, right side, 3, puts it in.
Yeah, that's inexcusable for Unioto to lose him already, as he absolutely destroyed them out at Zane Trace. Just a wide open shot in the corner.
Gerald coming back right where he left off.
Unioto all out of sorts already. Double dribble there.
Double dribble called on Jordan Perkins, Pioneer basketball.
Yeah, they had the action to get Schoblock the ball at the top, but Perkins got, just kind of stopped the play and then just unable to get anything going from there.
Unioto scoreless their first trip down. Zane Trace now across half court with a 3-point lead. Brock Gerald, Ezra Rippeth now driving, feet underneath McCullough, blocked by Perkins, who's called for the foul.
I think they got Schoblock on it.
Foul is on Zeke Schoblock, his first.
They'll get McCullough to the line for 2.
First shot from McCullough is good.
Yeah, and Unioto looked out of sorts on that defensively as well, as they set the double high screen and they just did not get the rotation back well at all, which is why you get McCullough at the line for 2.
McCullough sinks the pair, 5-0 Zane Trace in the first minute of tonight's contest. 49-46 win for the Pioneers back on December 9th. Two teams atop of the SVC here in round two. Backdoor find, Perkins off the glass for two.
Good ball movement there by the Perkins brothers. And that's where Unioto can really take advantage of that. If they can get going inside, that should open things up for Showblock on the outside.
Only 1 point in the win over Circleville for KB Perkins as Brock Jarrell answers on the other end for Zane Trace.
And once again, just Unioto not talking defensively, just gets lost in a rotation right there. Gets Brock Jarrell an open layup underneath. Good find.
7-2 Pioneers. Showblock drives inside, steps back from 15, can't get it to go. Rebound McCullough. Rippeth now brings it across half for the Pioneers. Entry pass right side with Brock Jarrell off the screen. Jarrell cut off by Showblock. Now Rippeth left side. Robinson feeds down low. McCullough taken away by KB Perkins. On the break, Perkins loses the handle on it. Ball is loose on the ground. Dishes it out to Fish underneath, who draws the foul and gets the basket.
Great hustle there by KB Perkins to keep that ball alive after losing off his foot in transition. Nice job here for Fitch. Get a chance for a three-point play.
18 points in the win over Circleville for Fitch. His first two tonight, chance for three.
One of the league's leading free throw shooter, only missing 3 so far on the year, well over 80%.
Fitch converts the three-point play. Pioneer lead cut down to 2. 7-5, Zane Trace. Rippeth. Now to Brock Jarrell, deep left wing, off the screen. Jarrell steps back, thought about the three, passes it off to Rippeth.
That's going to be a foul on.
Underneath, off the ball, Jordan Perkins picks up his first foul tonight.
Yeah, McCullough just went into him, and Perkins, instead of just standing still, decided to try to get around him, and doing so just kind of hooked him in and threw him down.
Inbound, or I should say baseline out of bounds play coming up for the Pioneers. Jarrell inbounds to Landon Jarrell, now outside to Robinson. Robinson drives inside, steps back from 15, blocked by Perkins. Offensive rebound to McCullough, back out to Jarrell.
Yeah.
Who's calling for the travel at the top of the key. That'll hand it back over to Unioto.
Yeah, really good closeout there by Jordan Perkins to get the block. And then once again, another good closeout there at the top of the key, making it to where Jarrell just gets into a hurry.
Remains a 7-5 lead for Zane Trace. Perkins floats it to Fitch in the right corner. Off the screen, Fitch pulls up from the mid-range, knocks it down.
Yeah, Fitch, very good in that mid-range. He had 18 points the other night in the win over Circleville. 5 quick ones so far tonight.
Ties it up at 7, Rippeth. Underneath, hands it off, McCullough driving, scoop layup, can't get it to go, draws the foul.
That's the third foul that Gunnar McCullough has already drawn tonight. Doing a good job getting to the line so far for the Pioneers. Made his first 2.
First foul for KB Perkins, second trip to the line tonight for Gunnar McCullough.
Three for 3 now for McCullough. Only a sophomore.
Second shot on the way and in for McCullough. Pioneers back out in front by 2. Fitch entry pass left side to Showblock. Off the screen around the baseline, double teamed out to Perkins beyond the three-point line. Feed underneath to Jordan Perkins is taken away by Brock Jarrell.
Nice job there in the post.
Pioneers the other way, Jarrell for 3, yes!
Good start for the Pioneers, 12-7, matching their biggest lead of the game as they led 7-2 early.
5-point lead for the Pioneers. Hoops. Left side, kicks it out, top of the key to Perkins. Now right side with Fitch. Off the screen, Fitch. Cut off by Rippeth, now on the baseline to Perkins. Perkins up with the right hand, strong move off the glass for two.
Yeah, no contact, or not the contact that Perkins thought there was going to be. It goes through and lays it nicely off the glass to get it down to a 3-point lead.
Halfway through the quarter, Pioneers by 3. Robinson, top of the key, won't go. Rebound goes to Schobelach.
Well, Robinson's been a very good three-point shooter this year, so it's a good shot for him.
Schobelach taking it all the way down the lane, in for two.
Schobelach does that really well, gets near the baseline, uses the glass. A little bit of a throwback shot there, almost a hook shot in the corner. Cuts it down to a 1-point lead.
Big three from Landon Gerald the other way.
They're just using Jordan Perkins against him, as every time his man is screening, they're getting a different adjustment at the top, and that one, Fitch gets stuck on Jordan Perkins.
Hoops' pass intercepted by Landon Robinson. Pioneers on the break, out to Gerald on the right wing, takes it to the right elbow, pulls up, knocks down the mid-range jumper.
I don't know if Unioto knows that Landon Gerald was the big reason why they lost the last game, but he's getting wide open shots. 3 for 3, he's got 8 points already.
First game back for Gerald after a month off with a right ankle injury. Perkins underneath, blocked. Offensive rebound for Perkins, left side with Schobelach. Foul called on the floor, it'll be Brock Gerald.
Be his first.
Blake Hoops and Ashton Trace enter for the first time tonight for Unioto, in for Jordan Perkins and Newton Hoops.
Blake Hoops, who had 21 the other night against Circleville and didn't play very much in the fourth quarter of that game.
Fitch, triple team, ball is loose on the floor, and we'll have a jump ball called.
Yeah, just a lot more energy out of the Zane Trace team so far in this game. And we're seeing that with a 6-point lead here in the first 6 minutes.
Possession was with the Shermans, so Zeke Schobelach will inbound beside Coach Kello. Fitch drives, pulls from 12, connects.
Yeah, they got to do something to stop that, because Blake Fitch is 7 points already, knocking down the mid-range jumpers so far early tonight.
17-13, Pioneers in front. The other way now, Rippeth driving on Schobelach, kicks it out to Gerald right side. Gerald, deep three on the way, puts it in.
Yeah, Unioto just letting the Gerald shoot the ball. They're a combined 6 for 6 so far from the field. You have to account for shooters, and they have not done so far.
Schobelach now the other way. Yes! Way downtown for Schobelach.
Nice action there to get Schobelach a good look, and now gets another steal.
A quick steal the other way. Up for the tough shot, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound for Schobelach. Put back is no good, draws the foul.
Yeah, I think he was waiting for Landon Robinson to foul and didn't do so. Great job by Ashton Trace to keep that ball alive.
First trip to the line for Schobelach tonight, sinks the first.
He's already above his point total for the first outing. Only had 4 points in that game. Got 6.
Second shot for Schobelach, good as well.
It's been a fun first quarter so far. We'll see if Zane Trace tries to hold it for one here or if they just look to get to Gerald another good look from the outside.
Left side, Robinson finds underneath to Gerald. It's tipped away. Blake Hoops with the loose ball on the break. Hoops left hand finish is no good. Rebound McCullough, plenty of time for the Pioneers.
And that's the second time Landon Robinson has worried a Unioto shooter where they've just missed an open layup.
13 to shoot for the Pioneers.
I say Robinson only averages 1 block a game as well, so.
Clock down to 6. Gerald passes to Robinson, driving baseline, up with the right hand, drops it in.
Nice baseline drive for Landon Robinson. Get his first 2 of the night. Now to a 4-point lead.
8 minutes in, 22-18. Pioneers leading. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie & Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at OhioHealth.
Second quarter moments away, 22-18. Zane Trace after 1.
Yeah, just not much defense played in that quarter for either team. Zane Trace, 22 points on only 9 shots, 7 for 9 from the field. Unioto goes 7 for 11 from the field in that first quarter. We're starting the quarter with no time on the clock. There we go.
First possession of the quarter goes with the Pioneers.
See if Ashton Trace can give Unioto a little more energy defensively.
Robinson passing underneath to Gerald, double team, kicks it back out to Robinson. Robinson driving right side. Ashton Trace will pick up his first foul tonight.
Yeah, these officials will let you get away with 1, but you can't get 2 hands on him. That's a pretty easy call for the official right there on Trace, his first.
Gerald inbounding to Landon. Gerald right side. Gerald in the paint, kicks it out to McCullough, right back to Gerald.
Fitch doing an outstanding job getting above those screens and taking away that issue that Unioto was having in the first quarter. Now, going to his first.
Inbound to Rippeth, he'll back it out. Now driving, right side, can't get it to go off the glass. Rebound Perkins. Trace driving, pulls up, short range jumpers in and out. Out of bounds, Pioneer basketball.
Yeah, Unioto shot really well in that first quarter, just unable to get anything going right there. A good look for Ashton Trace. He could have taken it one more step to the basket. Pulls up from about 8 and just in and out on the play. Noah Houston will check in for Landon Gerald now. I think Gerald just was getting cleared on Friday, so I'm guessing his cardio is not fully to where it will be later in the season, or was when he got hurt.
Both teams scoreless so far in quarter number 2. Off the screen, Robinson pulls up from the right elbow, drops it in.
Yeah, Unioto just once again just leaving guys open for jump shots. It's just the communication on the defensive end is not there right now, and that's why they're giving up so many points.
The other way, Fitch passing to the left side for Perkins. It's off the mark. Houston with the loose ball, passes it ahead to Rippeth. Robinson feeding underneath McCullough. Easy shot off the glass for 2. Timeout, Unioto.
Unioto all out of sorts defensively so far, and Zane Trace taking full advantage of it to get this 8-point lead. Their biggest of the night.
It'll be a full timeout. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
There's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par Mar has it. Download the Par Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly. And be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
26-18, 6:13 left in the first half. 4-0 run here in the first 2 minutes of the second.
Yeah, and 6-0 if you go back to the last play of the first quarter. So let's see if Unioto can answer here. They've answered so far. Let's see if they can answer this time.
First timeout tonight by either team, taken by Coach Hoops and the Unioto Shermans. Right side, Schobelach penetrates, stripped, loose ball picked up by Landon Gerald.
Good upside defense there by Landon Gerald. Gets his first steal since coming back. One of the league's leaders in steals as well.
McCullough driving on Perkins, kicks it out. Gerald pump fake, left side 3, blocked by Hoops, who's called for the foul. 3 shots coming up for Brock Gerald.
Very late whistle. I think it's probably right. But Gerald, very good free throw shooter, will now get a chance at 3.
Gerald unable to hit the first. Gerald, 1 of 3 on the trip. Fitch corrals the rebound near side.
And Unioto got lucky there as they didn't seem to be going for that loose ball.
Fitch for 3. Yes.
Big shot there from Blake Fitch. 10 points already for the sophomore. Stepping up when they need him offensively so far tonight.
Cuts the Pioneer lead down to 6. Far side, Robinson trapped by Trace, who picks up the loose ball off the steal and draws the foul.
That's going to be the second foul on Gunnar McCullough. So let's see if Unioto can take advantage of that big steal there by Ashton Trace.
Noah Houston back out for the Pioneers. Ezra Rippeth back in.
Probably wouldn't sit Trace real long because he just does so many little things for them.
Fitch driving out to Blake Hoops. Hoops now driving across the lane with the left hand. Shot is good.
Tough shot by Blake Hoops, but that's one of his go-tos. The lefty gets going to the left side. Nice job using the glass.
Gerald now the other way with the left hand. Won't go. Offensive rebound and put back from McCullough is good.
And see, there's the killer for Unioto because if you box out Gunnar McCullough, that's his 3rd foul, but no one gets a body on him, gets the easy putback.
Fitch driving out to Hoops, pump fakes the 3, penetrates, fading away from the free throw line. Low arcing shot is good.
Tough shot there for Blake Hoops. Cuts it back down to 4. He's got 4 on the night.
29-25 Pioneers. Top of the key, McCullough, now Landon Robinson.
If they would have looked, Ezra Rippeth was wide open for a layup.
Rippeth Thought about the three off the screen, drives inside, kicks it out to Landon Jarrell. Jarrell now driving right side, runner on the way, draws the foul.
It's going to be the second,
coming up for Jarrell.
And that's a big one because that's a second on KB Perkins.
First shot for Jarrell is good.
He's got 9.
Jordan Perkins back in for the Shermans and for KB Perkins. Second shot for Jarrell is good. He knocks down the pair.
No, lane violation. No point. So that's one of those plays you can't have if you're Zane Trace. You have one of your best free throw shooters at the line. Why are you getting in there early?
30-25 Pioneers. Halfway through the second. Fitch drives. Now out to Schobelak, deep beyond the arc. Schobelak puts it on the ground, drives inside. Perkins, hoops right side, three, won't go. On the top of the backboard, out of play, Pioneer basketball.
Take the layup.
Rippeth brings it across half. Give and go with Robinson, who's passed right back to Rippeth. Is off the mark and out of bounds.
A little too much heat on that ball. They probably would have had Rippeth. You can hit him on a bounce pass right there, but just a little too much on it leads to the turnover. See if you can take advantage of that.
Off the screen, hoops. Left side, cut off by Cohen Larson, who has recently checked in for the Pioneers. Far side, stripped is Fitch, passes ahead to Larson, who loses the handle on it, right back out of bounds. Unioto basketball.
Rippeth made an outstanding play, and Larson just got it. Couldn't get a good handle on that. Leads to the turnover.
.306 to go in the quarter. Pioneers by 5. Entry pass right side to Hoops. Out top of the key, Perkins over to Fitch. Left side, Fitch. Off the screen, draws the foul around the free throw line.
We're the first on Landon Jarrell. Only the second of the quarter. For Zane Trace, the next time they get fouled, they will be going to the line, as Unioto with 4 so far in this quarter.
Baseline out of bounds play coming up for Unioto. Blake Fitch will inbound. Into Perkins, Hoops, backdoor find to Blake Hoops, count it, and the foul.
Really nicely designed out of bounds play there for Unioto. Gets Blake Hoops a good look. Now he's got a chance for a three-point play. 6 points so far off the bench for Blake Hoops. First assist of the night for Newton Hoops. First foul for Cohen Larson as Gunnar McCullough comes back into the contest.
Hoops to the line, gets the shooter's roll, converts the three-point play.
Yeah, it feels like every time Zane Trace is about to take a big lead in this game, Unioto's done a good job of chipping away. Got it down to 2 here.
Top of the key, Jarrell over to Landon. Jarrell left side. Jarrell now driving, up with the right hand. Shot is good.
Nice job there by Landon Jarrell. He's got 11. Stays away from the contact. Nice little floater.
Left side with Hoops now, top of the key. Newton Hoops over to Fitch, right wing. Unioto moving the ball around the arc. Schobelak driving. Reverse layup is good.
Yeah, just show block, very smooth, getting to the hoop. Great finish there. He's got 9.
Rip it now quickly the other way. Cut off by Perkins and called for the travel.
And that's where Jordan Perkins is maturing as a player, because before he may have tried to let him get a shot up there and tried to get a block, but instead he just cuts him off, and that ends up forcing a turnover from Rippeth.
32-30 Pioneers, under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Left side, Hoops, skip pass over to Schobelak is tipped. Loose near side, Schobelak corrals, passes to Hoops, now right side, Newton Hoops, deep 3, won't go. Off the front iron, Landon Gerald with the rebound. Called out of bounds, Unioto basketball.
We got a pretty decent look there. Great closeout, and then nice job there by the official being right on the spot.
Sherman's ball down by 2, 90 seconds left in the first half. Right side, Blake Hoops inside the three-point line, now out to Schobelak, top of the key.
That's probably not great for Unioto.
Feet underneath, wide open. Jordan Perkins off the glass and in. We're tied at 32.
Good find. Schobelak came up a little bit lame. I think they're going to get him out here. Caden Cutright in.
First time we've seen Cutright so far tonight.
Yeah, Cutright, a good defensive player, can really do a good job scoring. Just right now, he's kind of in that spot of being, slotted behind Blake Fitch, who's been playing outstanding.
Give and go right back to Robinson, top of the key 3, won't go. Rebound, Blake Hoops. Hoops pushing the tempo the other way, underneath with the left hand, draws the foul. 2 shots coming up for Blake Hoops.
Yeah, Unioto's gonna have their chance to get their first lead of the night now, as Blake Hoops is able to draw the foul. Ezra Rippeth tried to get in there to draw the charge, just unable to get his feet set in time. That's his second foul.
First shot for Hoops on the way and in.
8 points off the bench for Hoops. Ashton Trace checking back in for Newton Hoops.
First lead for Unioto in quite some time.
Of the game.
Of the game.
Yeah, they'd only tied it one other time, so.
Hoops splits the pair. Sherman's out in front. Trace grabs the rebound. An extra possession for the Shermans.
Really heady job there by the Shermans to not hurry up and take a bad shot. Instead, you're going to get a chance to get the last look here. Maybe not your A offensive lineup on the court, but you've got your top ball handler, and then Blake Hoops has done a really good job scoring the ball tonight too.
Sherman's look to hold for last. Under 20 ticks to go in the half.
So he's going to head to that left side. You're going to see Jordan Perkins come get a set of ball screen.
Fitch off the Perkins screen. Dribble drive out to Hoops. Shows the 3. Step back right side 3. Puts it in.
Huge shot there for Blake Hoops.
Steal by
Hey, Cutright!
The shot is good.
Oh.
Now they're going to wave it off.
Oh my.
Shot by Cutright at the horn is waved off.
But hey, that's why they're there. You got the one looking at the scoreboard, watching the clock. Good job by Cutright, almost making a unreal game-changing play right there in the half, but he gets a big steal.
16 minutes in. Unioto by 4, 36-32. As we head to the break, we'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband. Get it together.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
Richer. Countless nights in the garage. shiny new pistons. One very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
After two, Sherman's leading 36-32. What a way to end the first half.
Yeah, great way to close out the half for the Shermans. At one point, they were down 8, now up 4, and maybe a split second away from being up 6 as Caden Cartwright. We went back and watched it. It's too close to call, and, I'll trust the officials that are down there on the floor. But, yeah, so Zane Trace comes out really hot, scoring early. Just too many turnovers late in that second quarter. When Unioto's playing efficiently as well, that's something you can't have the turnovers. They had 5 turnovers in that second quarter, most of them leading to baskets. They got lucky that the last one didn't, but a big shot for Blake Hoops, who started the season, I'm not kidding you, 1 for 25 from 3. I believe that is now 4 for his last 7 from 3. He missed the one earlier tonight. He'd been hot. You bring him off the bench, he's doing a really good job of providing good minutes, both obviously offensively, but also doing a good job defensively as well. For Zane Trace, once again, just got to limit turnovers. I mean, when Gunnar McCullough was out there, he was huge for him. 8 points, 3 rebounds. Landon Robinson hasn't really gotten going offensively yet. He's only got the 4. Brock Jarrell with 9. Landon Jarrell, where would they be right now without him, as he's got 11. 4 of 5 shooting and 11 points. That is the picture of efficiency so far for the Pioneers. Unioto's led by Blake Hoops, as I mentioned, with 11 points. He's 4 of 6 from the field so far. There's 11 points coming off the bench. Blake Fitch is 4 for 4 from the field. He's got 10 points along with 2 assists. Zeke Schobelach, who looked a little gimpy late in the half. We'll see if he's good to go to start the second half. But he had 9 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Jordan Perkins, 4 points. KB Perkins was dinged with 2 fouls pretty early, but he had 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a couple of assists. Ashton Crace, Newton Hoops, and Caden Cartwright didn't score, but all provided something, as Cartwright and Crace really were active defensively and on the glass, and then Hoops had a couple of really nice assists as well in that half. So if you're Unioto, you have to be pretty happy. An 18-10 win in that second quarter for the Shermans. And if you're Zane Trace, you got to look at what worked in that first quarter. Unioto made a little adjustment to it as they went smaller. Now you got to try to attack it a different way. So pretty exciting, as these are, if you go through the record books, these are coach number 2 and number 3 in career wins in the Scioto Valley Conference, between Coach Kello for Zane Trace is number 2 and Coach Hoops is number 3 here at Unioto. So obviously 2 of the best that have ever done it in the league, just behind Larry Jordan, who I think combined these 2 might have as many wins as he did, because he was unreal in his career.
So we'll take a moment to say a big thank you to all of our winter sports live stream sponsors: Glockner Family of Dealerships, Parmar Stores, Willie & Son Trucking, McDonald's, the Schmidt Family Restaurant Group, and Horizon. Also want to give a big shout out to Kenneth Hay for making the trip over, as he always does. Getting to hang out with some of his own people tonight, not going down to Portsmouth, but hey.
Yeah, he's
a little shorter of a trip than we've had, and a lot shorter of a trip than we're going to have on Friday.
Yeah, people probably recognize him a little bit better here than other places. So nice for him to get to sit with his people, and we appreciate him making that long, about 8-minute trip here, as this is our shortest trip of the year. This will be the last time we're here at Unioto this year. But like you mentioned, it's good people here. They really take care of us really well, and If you're not watching this game in some way, it is 100% because you don't want to, because we're here. We've got WKKJ, Litter Media, both are here with the radio call. Both are outstanding sources in the Chillicothe area. We've got the Chillicothe Gazette. We've got SOSA here covering.
And Derek Webb got out. It's a good game if Derek's here as well.
Yeah, if Derek Webb gets out at this time of the year, if he can avoid the sickness in his house, that means it's a big night. And if you pay attention, you can see we got a really nice crowd here tonight. Should be a really fun second half. We still got about 5 minutes to go till then, but
I was going to say, I mean, 16 minutes in, two of the top teams in the conference and in the area. I think it's safe to say this game thus far has lived up to the hype it had coming in.
Yeah, and this is what you want out of a game like this. You've got two of the top teams in the Scioto Valley.
There we go.
Let's take that back. Scioto Valley Conference. As you know, we mentioned in the pregame, Zane Trace at 6-0, Unioto at 5-1. You've got some other teams that I'm sure are interested in this. Adena leading by 9 in the fourth quarter over at Piketon, which would be a nice win for them. Westfall knocks off Southeastern 65. I believe that's 65. 65-47 on the night. The other SVC game of note would be Paint Valley and Zane Trace, Paint Valley and Huntington, which would be a pretty big game for both those teams, as you know, both have kind of struggled to get wins throughout the year. Huntington with 3 wins, all in the non-conference. They have not won a league game. Paint Valley's only win of the season did come against the Huntsmen to start the league season.
A little over 3 minutes to go here at the break. We'll take another quick break here as we count down the minutes to the second half. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at GlocknerCDJR@Portsmouth.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at OhioHealth left cancer in the dust.
A little over 2 minutes left here at the break. Unioto by 4 after 2, third quarter coming up.
Yeah, really good shooting display by both teams so far. Zane Trace 11 for 16 from the field. Once again, too many turnovers, as they have 9 turnovers so far. 6 of 8 from the line. Gunnar McCullough done a really good job for him so far. He's got 8, including 4 of the free throws, and then a couple baskets in that second quarter. Unioto did a good job in that second quarter slowing down the Geralds, as Landon Gerald had 11 total for the half, with 8 of those coming in the first quarter. Brock Gerald with 9, 8 of his coming in the first quarter as well. So they shot the ball well from deep. Let's see if they go back to that. I think Unioto did a good job of slowing down their shots from 3, as Zane Trace only took 1 3 in the second quarter after going 4 for 5 in the first quarter. Unioto shooting 14 of 21 from the field, 3 of 5 from deep, 5 of 6 from the line. They only had 6 turnovers, but really not a lot of missed shots. Somebody's going to have to step up defensively here for one of the two teams. Unioto ball to start. See if they can, extend this lead a little bit, as it is their first lead of the game, as you mentioned.
Any big changes offensively or defensively you expect to see in the second half?
I mean, really, I think if you're Unioto, you probably got to stay small. Kind of like in that Circleville game, Ashton Crace played some really big minutes for him in that second half. I would think you'd want to stay with him a little bit defensively. Keep Blake Fitch on Landon Gerald, and keep trying to get points out of transition like they've been able to do a little bit. For Zane Trace, I think defensively, you got to cut off Blake Hoop's left hand. It's easier said than done. I watched Devin Lattimore the other day for Wheelersburg. He literally told me in the postgame, he's like, I'm only going left. He said, I'll fake right, but I'm going to go left. And that's what Blake Hoops does as well. I mean, it's not giving away anything. It's just, that's their strong hand. So you got to make sure you cut that off, make it harder for Blake Hoops to get to the basket. And Unioto is without Schobelach to start the half. He's not even out here right now, so probably not the best sign for them.
Unioto ball to start. Shermans and Pioneers, second half underway. Left side, Trace feeding. Down low, Fitch. Strong move inside. Can't finish up top. Offensive rebound for Fitch. His putback is no good. Another offensive rebound for Unioto, this time with Perkins. Baseline drive. Pulling up for two as Hoops can't connect. Offensive rebound and putback for Perkins is good. Unioto controlling the boards early.
Yeah, and just a lot of missed layups, but got pretty fortunate there. Nice job by KB Perkins keeping those plays alive.
38-32 Shermans. First possession of the half for Zane Trace. Pass to McCullough from Gerald is off the mark and out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's a good job there by Unioto. And that's one of the big things that they adjusted, it seemed, was they were able to get Blake Fitch on top there, and he is just not letting, Landon Gerald even use the screen as he's using his body really wisely.
Fitch driving, pulls up from 15, front iron won't go, rebound goes to Rippeth. Shermans by 6, a minute into the third. Left side, Gerald driving, spinning into the paint, kicks it out to Rippeth.
Rippeth, who had the game-winning basket over at Zane Trace, scoring with just under a minute left in that game.
Rippeth, right side, driving.
A lot of contact.
Loses the ball out of bounds, attempted the shot down low, nonetheless, Unioto basketball. Thought we may have a jump ball.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Sherman basketball. Perkins driving, count it, and the foul for KB Perkins.
Yeah, Perkins missed a lot of that first half with fouls. Gets off to a quick start here. He's got 6 now, 4 here in the quarter.
Shot from Perkins is good, converts the three-point play. Largest lead of the game for Unioto.
It's a hefty run because I think it was 32-24 on that timeout. We're going to get another timeout, this one for Coach Kello. Be a full.
Full timeout for the Pioneers. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at OhioHealth.
First time out for Zane Trace here tonight. Sherman's by 9. A little less than 2 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, and it's been all out of whack so far for the Pioneers. As out of whack as Unioto was to start the game, that's how St. Trace has been to start the second half. 2 turnovers in both their possessions. And Unioto just dominating the glass so far.
Gerald passing to Robinson. Feet underneath to McCullough. Strong finish for 2.
Yeah, really good screen there by Landon Robinson. I don't know if Fitch was trying to sell it, but either way, it ends up getting it to where Gunnar McCullough open on the backside.
Fitch across half court to Perkins, taken away by Robinson. McCullough with the loose ball. Brock Gerald pushes it the other way, now left side with Landon Gerald. Deep 3, can't connect. Rebound, Newton Hoops.
And that was about as good of a look as you're going to get right there. You got a little fortunate.
Off the screen, Fitch. Looking out to Trace, it's taken away. Spin move from Robinson on the break. Scoop layup is good for Robinson.
Yeah, just too many turnovers in a row right now for Unioto. Nice job by Landon Robinson.
Pass from Hoops to Fitch, off the mark and out of bounds. Quick turnover for Unioto, up by 5.
Yeah, 3 turnovers already for Unioto. Not how you add on to a lead.
Pioneer basketball. Gerald brings it left side. Now Brock Gerald, top of the key. Deep 3 off the backboard, won't go. McCullough throwing it back into play for the offensive rebound. Extended possession for the Pioneers.
And that's one Blake Fitch will want it back on the...
Gerald spinning up with the right hand, draws the foul. 2 shots coming up for the 5'8 junior.
Yeah, when Blake Fitch watches that play back on replay, he'll want that back. He only went up one-handed on the rebound. Gave McCullough a chance to keep that play alive. And now we're going to get Landon Gerald back to the line. He's 1 for 1 so far tonight.
First shot for Gerald is good. Gerald splits the pair, rebound Trace off the miss.
Almost another turnover for Unioto, just being really careless with the ball.
Ezra Rippeth picks up his 3rd.
I think it's almost, Coach Hoops may need to get a timeout here to just say, guys, we got to take care of the ball. That should have been the 4th turnover already of the second half.
Sherman's basketball up by 4. Trace drives inside, now top of the key with Perkins. Left side to Fitch now. Right wing, Hoops driving between the legs. Inside, left-handed runner is good.
That was kind of nasty. Nice play there by Blake Hoops. Faking it behind the back, going between his legs from behind, scoring in the lane. He's got 13.
Entry pass left side to Robinson. Give and go with Robinson and McCullough. Top of the key, Gerald called for the travel. Another turnover for the Pioneers.
Yeah, a little baby hop there, ends up getting the call. That's the 11th turnover for the Pioneers, 2nd of the half.
Three corners court pressure from the Pioneers, no problem for Unioto. Perkins over to Trace, left side 3, won't go. Rebound goes to Gerald. Pioneers push it ahead underneath McCullough. Stripped by Fitch, out of bounds, Pioneer basketball.
Good hands by Fitch there because it was pretty big because Landon Robinson was going to be open on the backside there.
Brock Gerald inbounding to Landon Gerald left side. Gerald off the screen underneath McCullough. One-on-one with Perkins. McCullough steps through with the right hand. Shot is good off the glass.
Pretty move there by Gunnar McCullough. Sophomore's got 12.
Pioneers hanging around down by 4. Pass from Hoops deflected by Rippeth. Timeout Unioto.
Yeah, it's only a 30. Right now, one of the biggest things with Zeke Schoblock being out is the fact he's a very good ball handler as well. So Unioto has to take care of the ball. Someone's got to help Blake Fitch bring the ball up here, as that was just, once again, another kind of careless pass. It was going to be close to 10 seconds, so good timeout there by Coach Hoops.
Second timeout tonight for the Shermans, still hanging on to 3-4 remaining for Coach Kello and the Pioneers.
Yeah, and if you're Unioto here, you got to use a little bit of clock, get a good shot here. The last corner 3 that they got from Ashton Trace was a good look. If you get another look like that, you're going to be fine with it. But if they can get the ball inside to KB Perkins, I think that's probably their best bet at this point. And then defensively, you just got to get a stop. The game's Unioto's lead was up to 41-32 was the biggest it was. Zane Trace's biggest lead was 8. So this has been pretty competitive, staying within a similar range.
Fitch trapped far side, outlet pass to Crace, now near side with hoops. Steps back out beyond the arc, skip pass over to Fitch, now Crace in the corner. Top of the key, Newton hoops back to Fitch left side. Off the screen, Fitch looking underneath for Perkins. It's taken away by McCullough. Landon Robinson with the loose ball. Pioneers the other way. Driving baseline is Rippeth out to Brock Gerald. Now top of the key, Landon Gerald for 3. Yes!
Unioto not even moving at all in transition. They're just waiting on Brock Gerald to shoot the ball. He ends up finding his cousin at the top of the key for an even better shot.
Pioneers down 1, Fitch. Steps back beyond the arc, give and go with Perkins. Fitch feeding underneath, draws the foul on Landon Gerald.
It's going to be the second on Landon Gerald.
Jordan Perkins back in for the Shermans and for KB Perkins.
A 10-2 run currently for the Pioneers.
Fitch inbounding baseline for the Shermans into Newton hoops. Feed underneath to Perkins, taken away by McCullough. Pioneer basketball down by 1. Top of the key, Gerald beyond the volleyball line. Resetting now for the Pioneers. 90 seconds to go in the third. Gerald for the lead. Can't connect, rebound Crace.
I think if you're Coach Kelly, you will take that shot any day of the week.
Fitch, double teamed off the screen, loses the handle, finds hoop in the clear. As Gerald is called for his third.
It could be big. 4th team foul now of the quarter for the Pioneers. Next one will put Unioto at the free throw line.
Crace inbounding far side for Unioto into Fitch behind half court. Noah Houston heading to the scores table for the Pioneers. Fitch inside, taken away. Landon Robinson with the steal. The other way, Pioneers unable to connect. Robinson can't knock down the layup. Ball is loose on the ground as Coach Kello calls timeout.
Yeah, this effort from Unioto this quarter has been unreal, not very good. As Landon Gerald just out-hustles Unioto completely right there, and they're able to get a timeout because of it. That's 4 steals in the quarter for Landon Robinson, 5 on the game. He's only got 6 points, but he's just waiting in the middle, and Unioto just lazy passes, trying to force some things instead of moving the ball in the offense, which was getting them back into the game and gave them the lead. And that's what has gotten Zane Trace back into this game. Got the ball out, baseline out of bounds underneath. Chance to take back the lead after being down by 9 earlier this quarter.
Still no sign of Zeke Schobalak for the Shermans. Under a minute to go in the third.
I would say that means he's probably done for the night.
Brock Gerald inbounding baseline for the Pioneers. Foul called on Newton hoops.
I think it's a warning because I think he went across the baseline. So where he's trying to deny the pass, his arms went over the baseline. Next one would be a technical.
This time, Pioneers able to get it inbounded to Ezra Rippeth. Brings it back to the top of the key. Under 40 to play in the quarter. Robinson brings it near side to Rippeth. Rippeth driving left side out to Houston for three. Yes!
Big time shot there by Noah Houston. His first shot of the game. Obviously, first made basket gives the Pioneers a lead back.
Pioneers by 2, under 20 ticks to go in the quarter. 45-43. Shermans will hold for last, under 10 to shoot for Unioto. Off the screen, Finch pulls from 15, too strong off the back iron. Near side, Gerald corrals the rebound. And that'll send us to the final quarter of play. 45-43, Zane Trace after 3. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
There's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly. And be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
8 minutes to go in regulation. Pioneers out in front, 45-43, as we enter the final quarter of play.
Yeah, and Zane Trace turned this game around on the defensive end, forcing 6 turnovers in the quarter. I think Unioto helped him a little bit on some of them, but Landon Robinson with 4 steals. Big shot to end the quarter from Noah Houston, who has not played very much tonight. Had a 20-point game last week, so he's a kid that can really do it for them if they need it. And not a good sign for Unioto as Zeke Showblock's coming back with on crutches, so.
First possession of the quarter goes to the Pioneers, out in front by 2. Top of the key, Rippeth, now Gerald left side, now back to Robinson, right back to Gerald.
McCullough trying to show that he was open on that back side. Let's see if they can find him next time they get the ball up top.
Patient possession to start the fourth for the Zane Trace. Skip pass over to the right corner to Gerald. Now Brock Gerald top of the key with Rippeth. 60 seconds into the quarter, still no shot for either team.
Yeah, and Zane Trace kind of getting away with a couple of lazy passes so far.
Into Rippeth, now Gerald driving, left side, cut off by Perkins, pass back into play. Robinson from the free throw line, in and out.
It's a great pass by Landon Gerald, unable to get it to fall though.
Ashton Crace the rebound, Fitch over to Hoops, up with the left hand. We're tied at 45.
Yeah, Unioto does a good job defensively, takes a good bit of time off the clock, then scores in transition.
6.5 to go in the fourth. Pass over to Gerald, top of the key 3, puts it in. Pioneers by 3.
I don't know if Unioto realizes that Brock Gerald can shoot, especially in this gym. Wide open once again, buries his third 3 of the game. He's now 3 for 4 from deep.
Feed underneath, Jordan Perkins off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound, Landon Robinson. Pushed up the far side, Brock Gerald. Now to Rippeth. Thought about the three, puts it on the ground, driving inside, can't get it to go. Put back from McCullough, off the mark as well. Rebound KB Perkins as Ezra Rippeth picks up his fourth.
Yeah, that's a big one, because he's been very valuable for them. Not doing a lot of scoring, but just overall in this game.
Caden Cutright back in for the Shermans. In for Blake Fitch. Noah Houston back in as well.
I believe this is the first time that Fitches came out of the game, so he may be just getting a little rest right before the finish of this one.
Cutright penetrates, backs it right back out to Blake Hoops. Entry pass, Perkins spinning down low, falling away, can't get it to go, off the back iron. Rebound, Houston, ball is loose, so trying to get it out to Brock
That's going to be a foul.
Foul on the floor. Will remain Pioneer basketball.
I'm going to call the foul on the dive by KB Perkins. His third.
Brock Gerald inbounding baseline into Landon Gerald, nearly taken away by Cutright. Gerald trapped far side, throws it off the legs of Blake Hoops. Zane Trace
he pointed the wrong
possession.
way. Yeah, pointed the wrong way, but it's right.
5 minutes to go, Pioneers by 3. Gerald running out of time, eventually gets it into Landon Gerald. Brock Gerald now up the near side. Trace comes up with the steal on the other end for Unioto.
Yeah, can't be careless with the ball. 3-point game with under 5 to go. That ball's got to be like gold right now.
Off the screen, Hoops driving, called for the offensive foul.
It's going to be his third.
Pioneer basketball up by 3. Brock Gerald inbounding to Gunnar McCullough. Now Robinson brings it up the far side, pushes it ahead to Rippeth in the right corner. Right back to Robinson underneath McCullough, up strong, can't get it to go, draws the foul.
Fourth foul on KB Perkins. See if Coach Hoops sticks with him, or if he's going to go to his brother. We call it 4 for 4 at the line so far tonight. First time there since the first quarter.
First shot from McCullough is no good. Blake Fitch and Jordan Perkins both back in for the Shermans. And for Blake Hoops and KB Perkins.
I think Unioto's got to get another guy in there to help rebound here. I know it's Brock Gerald, not the biggest rebounder, but that hurt them in the JV game, actually.
Second shot for McCullough off as well. 0 for 2 on the trip for the sophomore. Stays a 3-point game.
Unioto's got guys in that I think are not used to being in certain spots.
Fitch pass to Perkins, intercepted by McCullough. Euro step the other way, can't connect. Offensive rebound by Gerald, draws the foul on the putback.
Once again, just Unioto being careless with the ball and getting out hustled on the other end. As you know, Landon Gerald, that's the second time he's just followed the play and he's gone and gotten the rebound.
Halfway through the fourth, Pioneers by 3. 2 shots coming up for Landon Gerald. Knocks down the first.
16 now on the night for Gerald.
2 for 2 on the trip for Landon Gerald. Pioneers by 5. Feed underneath to Perkins, out of bounds, will remain Unioto basketball. Top of the key with Hoops, feeding underneath Crace, up with the right hand. 2 shots coming up for Ashton Crace.
Grace, not one of the better free throw shooters for the Shermans. The first foul on Landon Robinson on the night.
First shot for Crates is good.
Good minutes there from Caden Cutright.
Second shot for Crace on the way, off the front iron, offensive rebound for Perkins. Put back is no good.
A lot of contact on both the offense rebound and the putback.
Offensive foul on Gerald, going the other way, Unioto basketball. Fourth foul on Landon Gerald. Both guards now for Zane Trace.
Yeah, I think if you're Unioto, you got to look to attack right here. You got your best attackers with Rippeth and Gerald on them. I think you just got to go right after him if you're Blake Hoops here.
Hoops spinning underneath with the left hand, draws the foul. 2 shots coming up for the junior.
McCullough's third. I think right now with Unioto, your best shooter's out. He won't be back tonight. You got to look to get to the hoop. And on the backside have KB Perkins crash and Ashton Crace crash because they're both very athletic. You get called for over the back, so be it.
Hoops, 1 of 2 on the trip. 1 possession lead for the Pioneers.
Good defense there by the official.
(50-47) Pioneers.
Every foul from this point on will have foul shots as both teams are in the bonus.
Timeout, Zane Trace. Their third.
Only a 30. Unioto picking up the defensive intensity here. They have the possession arrow. That's something I always like to throw out there. Once again, both teams in the bonus. So far on the night, Zane Trace has shot the ball pretty well from the line. McCullough's last 2 misses. Beside that, Landon Gerald has made his so far in this quarter. Unioto 8 for 11 at the line so far tonight, similar to what the Pioneers are as well, as I believe the Pioneers are 8 for 12. So should have a good finish here. Like to see both teams have fun.
2 timeouts remaining for the Pioneers, 3 for Unioto. Pioneers looking to remain undefeated in league play. Looking to win their 5th straight over the Shermans.
It wouldn't clinch a league title, but it would give them a big-time advantage to be up 2 games on everyone else in the league with only 7 to play.
Pioneer basketball up by 3. Gerald across half court, hands it off to Brock Gerald. Double teamed right back to Landon Gerald. Driving baseline, looking over to Rippeth, who backs it back out. Tipped out of bounds by Crace. Pioneer basketball.
Unioto almost got exactly what they wanted right there, as they got the quick trap, and then they almost got the quick pass underneath, but good job by Rippeth to pull it back out instead of likely getting blocked there by Crace on the backside.
Gerald Down the lane, hands it off. McCullough passes it out to Brock Gerald. Pioneers not looking to force. Underneath, Gerald draws the foul.
And that's not who you want to foul.
Second foul for Ashton Crace.
4 for 5 so far tonight for Landon Gerald. 17 points for the junior in his first game back from injury. I don't think he's missed a step.
Two for 2 on the trip for Gerald. Pioneers by 5. Near side, Hoops crosses over, spinning underneath. Triple team taken away by Landon Robinson. Pushing it up the near side and out of bounds.
You got very fortunate
Unioto
there.
Basketball.
Said that multiple times tonight. They've been very fortunate at different times. And while they're doing this without their top scorer right now, it's no excuse to be as reckless with the ball as they've been so far tonight.
Fitch hands it off. Newton Hoops on the drive. Too strong off the glass. McCullough brings down the rebound for the Pioneers. Up the far sideline is Gerald.
Walked.
Gerald double teamed around half court, draws the foul. 2 shots coming up for Gerald once again.
After Unioto went on a 4-0 run to start the second half, or 5-0 run to start the second half, they go up by 9. They have scored 6 points.
Gerald perfect from the stripe once again. Pushes the lead for Zane Trace up to 7. Entry pass to Hoops. Fitch, give and go. Underneath, off the glass and in. Timeout, Unioto.
Yeah, and like that's one of those times, you know, you try to get a quick hitter and you do it. Why have they not been looking at those throughout the game?
Full timeout for the Shermans. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
Richer. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
54-49, Pioneers, 1:15 left in the final quarter of play.
Yeah, for Unioto, you're going to try to force a turnover here. You know, if you don't get a turnover, you got to foul pretty quickly. Don't foul Landon Gerald is the main thing. You can try to get a jump ball because you have the arrow.
Brock Gerald inbounding for the Pioneers. Into Landon Gerald near side. Pushes it ahead to Rippeth.
Foul here.
Now to McCullough, who is fouled by Crace. 2 shots now for the sophomore.
It's going to be on Fitch, actually. McCullough is 4 for 6 on the night, but has missed his last 2.
First shot from McCullough is no good. Perkins and Blake Hoops back in for the Shermans.
And once again, I would try to get another person in to help rebound. Not going to happen, though.
McCullough 0 of 2 has missed his last 4 after sinking his first 4. Fitch driving, fouled down the lane. 2 shots now for Fitch.
And that's it for Ezra Rippeth as he fouls out on the night. Does not score, but had that big assist to find Noah Houston to give them the lead, and they've had the lead since then to end the third quarter. Noah Houston checks back in.
Two shots for Finch, down by 5. First one is good.
Got to have all of them if you're Unioto, especially with the clock stopped here.
Chance now for Finch to make it a 1-possession game.
Going to get the subs in defensively here.
54-51 Pioneers.
He's saying, I think if you're Ashton Trace, you probably don't want to be behind. And I guess that's the strategy they're going with here.
Brock Gerald inbounding near side to Landon Gerald, who draws the foul once again, this time on Newton Hoops. 2 shots for Gerald.
Gerald 6 for 6 at the line so far in the fourth quarter, 8 for 9 on the game. I think you got to go full deny on him. Just don't let him get the ball. Because if you're fouling as soon as the ball comes across or comes in, don't let the best free throw shooter get the ball.
Gerald knocks down the first.
Right now, Unioto with only 2 people in to rebound. Doesn't matter because Gerald's going to knock him down anyway.
Gerald sinks the pair. Pioneers by 5. Under a minute to go in the fourth. Fitch, give and go, draws the foul as he swings it over to Newton Hoops in the right corner. Check that left corner. Nonetheless, 2 shots coming up for Fitch.
Yeah, they wanted to run their favorite play there. They got a good look, but the foul before the shot on Noah Houston, his first. Now Blake Fitch will be at the line with 2 shots. He's 4 for 4 now at the line.
(56-53), Zane Trace leading. Both teams in the bonus, 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. Brock Gerald inbounding to Houston. Near side, who is quickly fouled.
Like, he might be a 100% free throw shooter, but he hasn't shot tonight, so, and he's not Landon Gerald, so I think you have to foul whoever touches it first outside of Landon Gerald and Landon Robinson. Robinson is a 90% free throw shooter on the year, so.
First game for Landon Gerald back off of injury, has not disappointed tonight.
Yeah, 23 points for Gerald has been monstrous for the Pioneers.
2 shots now for the 6'3" junior Noah Houston, knocks down the first.
And now you know if he calmly makes this one too, then you just don't foul him again. You do what you can to keep him off the glass.
Blake Hoops and KB Perkins re-enter for the Shermans. Cohen Larson at the scores table will enter for Noah Houston if he's able to knock down this free throw. Second shot for Houston is no good. Tipped out of bounds by McCullough.
They're going to call the foul on McCullough, too. I don't know about that one, Jim. Going to send Ashton Trace to the line where he's 1 of 2. Fourth foul on McCullough.
Two shots now for Ashton Trace. First shot is good. Jordan Perkins back in for Newton Hoops.
And then you're going to get your, when the shooter gets the ball, sub in.
2 for 2 on the trip for Trace.
That sets up your defense.
Caden cut right in for KB Perkins.
You got a lot of time left in this one.
54 ticks to go in the fourth. Brock Jarrell inbounding into Jarrell near side. Double team, throws it off of Jordan Perkins. Yep. But first we'll have a timeout.
He must have said it
because
he didn't signal it. You could tell he was saying something. I would assume it wasn't, it was timeout.
Full timeout for the Pioneers. We'll take a break. You're watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at glocknercdjr@portsmouth.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at OhioHealth left cancer in the dust.
(57-55) Pioneer basketball. Jarrell will inbound here near side. Into Jarrell. Driving baseline, toes the baseline and out of bounds. Unioto basketball.
Good job defensively by Unioto to not foul immediately.
Cohen Larson back in for the Pioneers, in for Noah Houston. Sherman basketball trailing by 2. Blake Fitch inbounding baseline. Into Perkins, now Hoops. Backdoor to Trace is intercepted. Gunnar McCullough with the loose ball. Foul on KB Perkins. 5th foul for Perkins, so that'll do it.
And Ashton Trace was open for a second. Newton Hoops just waited too long and then tried to force it in.
2 shots now on the other end for Gunnar McCullough,
who has missed all 4 of this quarter so far. So saves money here.
4 for 8 tonight for McCullough. First shot is good.
Good for him after struggling so far in this quarter.
McCullough now a chance to make it a 2-possession game. Can't hit on the second. Stays a 3-point lead for the Pioneers.
And you don't need to go for 3 here if you're Unioto.
Fitch driving out to Blake Hoops near side. Hoops now puts it on the floor, passes it out to Trace far side. 27 ticks to go. Fitch pulls from the free throw line, puts it in. Timeout, Unioto. Their 4th. Full timeout for the Shermans. We'll keep it here.
A big time shot there. for Blake Fitch, and not an easy shot at all either. 24.3 to play for Unioto. Isaac Coy just checked in for the first time tonight, number 12. I said this to P. Floyd over at Logan. Isaac Ritter checked into a game about this much time left against South Point. I was like, well, you got to get used to varsity play at some point tonight. So without Schobelach and down, KB Perkins, you got to try, see what you can do. Isaac Coy, very athletic.
6-foot freshman.
Mm-hmm. And really, with Blake Fitch having 4 fouls, too, I think you almost have to get him out. Because if you get a steal, you're either going to get a layup or you're going to pull it out, call timeout, and set up for that last shot.
1 timeout remaining for both Coach Hoops and Coach Kello. Pioneers leading by a single point with under 25 seconds to go in the fourth.
And really, once again, you can't let Landon Gerald get the ball. Biggest thing for Unioto. You foul immediately, whoever gets it besides him. Landon Robinson, a great free throw shooter, but I think you still deal with it because he hasn't shot tonight.
Brock Gerald inbounding baseline. Into Robinson. Takes it across half. Called for the travel. Unioto basketball down by 1.
Now, if you're Unioto, I think you go quick.
Isaac Coy and Caden Cutright back out for the Shermans.
If I'm Unioto, I want Blake Fitch going to the basket. Maybe a kick out to get Blake Hoops driving to the basket. Those are the 2 I want with the ball right now if I'm Unioto.
Cohen Larson, a late sub for the Pioneers, in for Noah Houston.
Going to get a little bit of the floor dried off just to make sure. And this is like part of the reason why you extend the game. If you extend the game, you give yourself a chance. You just never know what's going to happen, especially with high school kids out there. So Unioto's putting Newton Hoops in the far corner here.
Trace inbounding far sideline for the Shermans. Into Fitch. Fitch, opposite of the screen, driving, fading away. Fitch puts it in. Shermans by 1. Confusion between the officials. 5.5 tinks to go. Shermans by 1.
Well, and then here's the thing. If Unioto is granted a timeout, they're going to have to put a good bit of time left. So I think Unioto calls timeout. Honestly, there should be more time on the clock. He made it with about 9. I think they got it in about 7.5, and then they give the timeout with 5.5. So I think you got to put a little time on the clock here.
Final timeout for the Shermans. As of now, 5.5 seconds remain on the game clock. We'll await any changes.
Big shot there by Blake Fitch. 20 now on the night.
18 in the win on Circleville. 20 tonight, averaging 11.3 this season. Been coming up big for the Shermans as of late.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that he doesn't really get rattled too much. He's not done very well handling the ball, especially in the second half, but makes that big-time shot there. Now, 8.1, okay. Good. So now, if you're Zane Trace, this comes down to a very similar situation as last year. You get your best player of the ball, do what you can, try to get a good shot. And if you're Unioto, you have to rebound the ball. Last year,
a miss Xander Ream mid-range jumper put back from Nayland Robinson to steal it.
Yeah, Nayland Robinson gets the putback. But also, if you're Unioto here, I hope in this timeout they really reiterated, guys, we're winning, don't foul, because you've been fouling this entire quarter, like the last 2 minutes of the game.
8.1 seconds and 1 timeout for the Pioneers to go the length of the floor.
I would do what you can. Don't let Landon Gerald get the ball. That's the biggest thing.
Brock Gerald inbounding baseline for the Pioneers. Gets it into Robinson. Brings it up the near side. Now Gerald. Left side, 1 to shoot. Puts it up. Won't go. Shermans, for the first time in 4 meetings, take down the Pioneers.
Got a pretty decent look there. Got your best player with the ball. Blake Fitch, though, unreal. Hits that big shot to go ahead and plays lights out defense on the end, making that to where it's got to be just a gigantic shot for Landon Gerald there to hit, and it's just a little too far out. Outstanding game by both teams. Landon Gerald, I don't care if he missed the last shot. I want him taking that every day of the week.
59-58 is our final. An absolute thriller in Frenchtown.
Yeah, just great game. 2 really good teams. You know, Unioto can't relax, though, as they've got to go on the road to play a good Adena team that's sitting 1 game behind both of these teams at the top of the SVC.
Last 3 games played here at Unioto between these 2 teams decided by 2 points or less.
And the game has been on the line in the last 10 seconds of each one. Each team.
Winner by Branson a couple years ago. Winner by Robinson last year. This time Blake Finch knocks down the 15-footer to seal the victory.
Yeah, big-time play there by Blake Fitch, only a sophomore. Just here's the thing. You're going to see Landon Gerald and Blake Fitch go one-on-one again next year, and it's going to be, I would say, probably just as much fun as this one was here tonight.
We'll take a quick break. 59-58 is our final. You've been watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
There's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par Mar has it. Download the Par Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly. And be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
59-58 is the final from Frenchtown. Shermans move to 6-1 in the SVC, 9-5 overall. Zane Trace falls to 6-7, suffering their first loss in the Souda Valley Conference. Another great installment of this rivalry here in 2024.
Yeah, these schools are very close to each other. Hard-nosed rivals. You know, I'm pretty sure, you know, it's about as friendly of a rivalry as you're going to get when you're this close. I know you're looking at me like that because it's not. That's why I said as friendly as you're going to get between these two. It's a huge win for Unioto, coming back after really not playing very well for the majority of the third or fourth quarter. Obviously, Blake Fitch, you know, going to get the celebration of the game-winning shot there at the end, and then the outstanding defense. I mean, overall, like, he struggled a little bit handling the ball. He had 6 turnovers, but 7 of 11 from the field, including obviously that mid-range to win it. But he was 5 for 5 at the free throw line, made big free throws late when Zane Trace was kind of recklessly fouling him. When Unioto has to make shots, and for the most part, they're giving him a chance at the line, which is something you don't want to do in a situation like that. So for, Zane Trace overall, you mentioned dropped to 6 and 7. They're led by Landon Gerald, 23 points on the night, 8 of 8 from the line in the fourth quarter, 10 of 11 from the line for the game. Just, welcome back to LJ. Is really good to see him back out there on the court. And if you're watching this as a D3 team, I don't think you want to see this team with him out there.
Zane Trace, without a doubt, the best sub-500 Division III team in the state, and I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, they are. And I feel like they're probably going to get rolling. This was, a really big test for them, but I could see them getting into the tournament with 7 losses now, maybe 7, 8. Got to get better at the free throw line down the stretch. Got to take care of the ball a little bit better down the stretch as well. But overall, their defensive effort in the second half to get them back into the game was huge. Also on the night, Gunnar McCullough had 13 points, 6 rebounds, hit 3 steals. 12 points for Brock Gerald, hit that big 3 in the fourth quarter. He was 3 of 4 from 3. Really good game for him overall. Landon Robinson had 6 points. To me, that was the biggest thing for Unioto, was able to limit him scoring-wise. But he had 6 steals, so he made a major impact in the game and was just really good overall. Noah Houston had 4. Hit that big 3 to end the third quarter to give them the first lead of the second half. Played some good minutes for them down the stretch as well. So for Unioto, they were led by Blake Fitch with 20 points. He was 7-11 from the field. He had 4 assists as well. Blake Hoops coming off the bench, 16 points, 6 of 9 from the field. Zeke Schoblock did not play in the second half. He had 9 points. He came out on crutches. Hopefully he's able to, just get iced up, and maybe it's just a sprain. But hopefully he's back for Saturday for the Shermans, but we will have to see. KB Perkins fouled out, but he had 7 points, 6 rebounds. Jordan Perkins, 4 points. Ashton Crace, 3 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, was really big for them. Newton Hoops did not score, but he had 3 assists. And then Caden Cutright had 2 steals in the game. Didn't take a shot, but had a big impact there at the end as well.
Unioto Zane Trace now tied at the top, currently tied for a share of the SVC regular season title. An outright winner going to have to come elsewhere. Both teams still having to play Adina for a second time. For Unioto coming this Saturday in Frankfort. For Zane Trace having to wait a little bit until next Friday when they host Adina February 2nd. But before that, having to play Westfall Piketon and a tough road game. Another tough road game for Zane Trace at Washington Courthouse, one of the top Division II teams and one of the teams atop of the FAC.
Yeah, and they have really gone up that non-conference schedule. And it was a non-conference schedule in a year that I think they weren't fully expecting to be that good, as they're really getting ready for next year. But I think this team is good enough to make it to the Convo. And if they get to the Convo, they're going to make some noise down there. They're going to be a lower seed, but this is a team it's a good team.
Once again, Unioto at Adina this Saturday. Zane Trace at Westfall on Thursday, so a little longer of a break for the Shermans than for the Pioneers. Nonetheless, once again, another great installment to this pretty historical rivalry between these two teams.
Yeah, and it had been a little while since Unioto won. The last one, as you mentioned, was the Deshaun Branson game winner in overtime here 2 seasons ago. Zane Trace had won the last 4 meetings, and really, it's almost always a battle. No matter how good each team is, it's typically going to be a dogfight at least through 3 quarters, and this one was till the very last horn.
All right, once again, big thank you to Kenneth Hang for making the trip over here, as always, to run the camera. Also, big thank you to all of our winter sports live stream sponsors, along with Matt Combs and the athletic department here at Unioto for making room. 3 different broadcasting teams with us, Litter Media, and WKKJ here tonight, but we squeezed in and make it all work. Us and WKKJ get along. So
yeah, and it's one of those things. It's really nice for the community to have all those different options, and I'm glad that we were able to be here, part of it with some of our friends in the media community.
Well, that'll do it for Southern Ohio Sports Authority's coverage of South Valley Conference basketball. Dewey Daly and John Bruce signing off. Unioto with the win, 59-58. You've been watching Ohio High School boys basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.